We are here with Glenn from Retrograde Guitars. I have a quick quote from your website. Together, we are all responsible for a little more music in the world, and that is a good thing. Glenn, you make amazing stuff. You've been doing it a long time. I can't believe you're even on the program. Thank you very much. So, take it from here, bud.
Hey, no problem. No problem, man. Yeah, I was just saying to Steve, we're neighbors, which is super cool. I think you guys are only like 45 minutes away. So
yeah, totally.
Once this is all over, you guys got to come by the shop and we'll hang. We'll do this the right way.
Oh, we would love that.
Absolutely. So yeah, a little background, I guess. I've been doing this for just about 20 years. Retrograde Guitars is 5 years old. And then I spent 15 years working for other production companies out in California before I opened my own shop. So I worked for Santa Cruz Guitar Company for probably about 9 years. I used to run the finish department out there. Do you guys know Santa Cruz?
Yeah, familiar.
And for anybody watching too, like these companies that I mentioned, if you haven't heard of them, look them up, because there's some small production companies out there that are just making fabulous stuff, and it's not. I mean, there's more out there than Gibson, Fender, Taylor, Martin.
For sure.
And there's just some really beautiful small shops out there. So if you don't know the names I mentioned, look them up. It's worth it. So Santa Cruz, I was with them for a long time. Then I worked for a classical builder named Kenny Hill. And he has a small shop also in the Santa Cruz Mountains. And that's where all the like old world style stuff in my work comes from. All the varnish and the sound ports, a lot of the vacuum press technology I learned there. So there's actually a lot of like the classical world in my electric guitars. It's there if you look for it. So in Tippin, I've worked for Bill Tippin for a long time too. He's up in Marblehead, Mass. He's a boat builder, or he was a boat builder turned guitar maker. He's been building guitars for like 30 or 40 years. So I still go up there once a week and help him with repairs and just do whatever he needs in the shop. And that I learn a lot from Bill as well. So yeah, so I've had my hands on guitars for a long time. That's about as quickly as I can sum it up.
Awesome. And then how did that stuff transition into Retrograde, which is now your own company?
Well, when I wanted to start building my own guitars, after working in the industry for so long, all of my friends and all of my colleagues and pretty much everybody I know were all guitar builders. And I wanted to separate myself from the herd a little bit, and I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to do something that really spoke to me personally, rather than just try to make another super high-end acoustic guitar with like really sweet inlay. I just didn't want to do that. I'm sort of an electric guy. I like the funky stuff. I have this I like the way things feel, and I spent so long in the finish department making guitars as perfect as I could, that I just didn't want to do that anymore. So that's really what led to Retrograde. Is I wanted to do something cool and funky that feels good, and something you can crank up, and take everything I learned but apply it to sort of a different world than I came from.
Yeah, that's
sure.
Awesome.
And your guitars, there seems to be a lot of influence from sort of the 50s, 60s, early American department store guitars. Is that something that you're inspired by in your builds?
Yes, absolutely. And a big reason for that is the whole my whole concept was to focus on the laminate top arch top, which really started coming out in 40s, 50s, 60s, and I feel like it's often overlooked, and there's this whole idea out there that like you want a carved top, arch top, and the laminate top is like some lesser being to the carved top. when it's not. It's a completely different instrument. It has a different purpose. It has a different sound. And I just feel like it's been looked over and forgotten. So that was my in. I was like, let's open this door and see where it goes. So, so I taught myself how to press tops. I do it in a vacuum press instead of, I don't like hydraulic press it. But once you get into laminate tops, I mean, it brings you right to the 50s and 60s. It brings you right to those harmonies, the Ks. There's no way around it. That's where you're going to end up if you focus on laminate tops. So I take a lot of that aesthetic, but I'm applying, like real acoustic guitar building to the factory style from the 50s. Yeah.
Understood. Yeah, it's unfortunate. A lot of people look at that stuff, they call it plywood, you know what I mean, and look right over it, but really that's not the case once you get down to it. So
well, some of it is just plywood. Well, some of it.
Absolutely, right. Yeah.
No, I agree.
So we do a show about Craigslist, right? What's your best score on Craigslist?
1965 Dodge Dart.
Hey, all right. Throwing us a curveball. We'll take it.
Yeah. I found it on Craigslist, man. The price was right. It was like this robin's egg blue slant 6. I drove that thing for years out in California.
Oh, nice.
You can do that out there. You can actually drive. I drove to and from work in that thing for years.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I also got my piano on Craigslist.
With the salt and the weather up here, it gets a little tougher to find that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do it here.
Yeah, definitely. So what's next for Retrograde Guitars? What's coming next from your shop?
Semi-hollow set neck.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's getting set up right now. See if you guys can see this. It's in the setup process, so it's missing the bridge, and none of this is glued in. But I went a little different. This has a block in the middle, like a 335. The neck is set, and I'm making pickups now too. So these are retrograde P90s, Alnico 3, sort of low wind. I think I got 7.5 and 8.2.
Okay.
And I'm loving these pickups. So yeah, that's what's next, man. Set necks, semi-hollows, pickups. You'd think I'd be doing less as a one-man operation, but I get distracted easily.
Yeah, so in addition to, building several different styles of guitars, let's add more onto it and learn how to wind pickups on top of it, right?
I'm a control freak, man. You got to do it all yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, man. That's awesome. So anything else, Zach, before we run into the speed round?
No, man. Let's shoot it off, man.
All right, speed round's where we go. So, Vox or Marshall?
Oh, Vox.
All right. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Well, full hollow or semi-hollow?
Full.
Strat or telly?
I'm a Strat guy.
All right. Square shouldered or round shouldered?
Ooh. Square.
All right. Would you go for a Tweed Deluxe or a Deluxe Reverb?
Gotta have that reverb.
All right. Bixby, yes or no?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that one.
I said Bixby, yes or no?
No.
All right. P90s or gold foils?
I have a strict no wiggle stick policy.
There you go. I appreciate that policy. P90s or gold foils?
I gotta go P90 right now. If you asked me 6 months ago, I would have said gold foil, but P90 all the way.
There you go. Maple or rosewood?
Boards?
Yeah.
Rosewood.
There you go. Single coils or humbuckers?
Single.
And are you a boots man or a sneakers man?
There's snow outside right now, man. I'm wearing boots.
There you go. All right, that's all we had for the speed round.
All right.
Awesome. Glenn, you got anything else for us, bud?
I got nothing.
Awesome.
Glenn, we really appreciate you coming on the show, man. It's an honor to talk to you. You built some beautiful stuff, and it's always nice to talk to people in the area. Building cool stuff, like you said. We're neighbors, so when this whole thing's over, we'll have to get together and do this the right way.
Absolutely, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the invite, and awesome. This was fun.
Awesome, man. Thank you for taking the time.
All right. Thanks, guys.
It's like I spend all my time in the basement.
Yeah.
As it looks like you do too.
So do I, bud. Yeah.